What you drinking on?
This is Smirnoff Ice Smash Peach Mango.
That boy beast.
Nah, that's just the only thing right there.
All right, man. Let's hop right on into it. Woo, that backpack dude be on it, don't
He ain't left from underground yet, though.
he? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's been good with you, man? How your weekend been?
Man, my weekend been eventful. My son having his 17th birthday.
Ooh.
So I got the chance to see this. So I'm gonna go off a little bit because last week I didn't feel like I was completely away from COVID, but I'm completely away from COVID. So, you
So
know,
you got a
part
little,
of the reason, huh?
you got a big reveal to tell the people out
It ain't a reveal.
there.
But part of the reason why I think we weren't doing as many podcasts during that time frame was because I had caught COVID and I had caught it real bad. I don't know how the other guy on the other side ain't catch it with me, but I guess he was just asymptomatic and I wasn't.
Nah, man. I
So
told you, man. Look, I ain't gonna play with COVID. Like I said, we know it's real, but you know how I brag, man. I'm that dude, man. When it comes to these,
I don't know, bro. I
when
don't
you
know, and I don't believe shit that you talking about either. But but you know what I'm saying, you didn't catch it. I was around you. I don't know how the hell I caught it. So for all the people who saying that, that part, I'm not sure how I caught it or how long I truly had it before it showed itself. But if you feel, I'm gonna honestly say, if you have any of those symptoms, and I mean if you have one of them, just go get the check. Just go get the test to be on the safe side. Like I think mine could have been a lot less worse if that makes sense.
I
It
got you.
wouldn't have been as bad if I would have just took my first symptom and not played it as if it was some allergy
Yeah, 'cause
or
you came in that
some
motherfucker. I was like, dog, you can't even talk. What you doing? Oh,
yeah, like because I was like, but it was just like I had lost my voice. I didn't lose my taste. I didn't lose most of the stuff that was on the list or didn't have most of the stuff on the list. Like they said, I came to work with a hoarse voice, and it would eventually go away by. I mean, as we talked during that time frame, and then I wouldn't feel at my best. But
my guy
that
said
was like my biggest symptom,
it was
and
allergies. I said,
yeah, like I thought I had allergies or some shit, but it ended up being COVID-19. Uh, I will say, why I spent almost 2 weeks in the hospital.
yeah, you was down bad, man.
Yeah, so almost 2 weeks in the hospital. I will say that I did see the racial inequality in the hospital. Uh,
Hmm.
so I do. I confirm even at my little hospital that way it wasn't even a little. It's a major hospital in the city. But I
Some
will say that do exist, and I do think
racial
that plays.
disparity.
Huh?
Some racial disparity, huh?
I mean, yeah, like on some real shit. Like I'm happy I didn't have to deal with that person that much, or I only dealt with that person one time, to be honest.
Hmm.
Shout out to all the black nurses. Shout out to all the I'm gonna say because I had some good foreign immigrants as well that took good care of me, talked to me and stuff like that as well.
Ooh, my
Uh,
guy was international. In
yeah, man, it was strange, dog. I had to tell you about it offline though.
there.
But she was a real cool person. The guys was cool. Shout out to all the male health workers too, because I know y'all don't get much love. Uh, but my male health workers, man, they were great. My male nurse was great. My female nurses was great. Whatever, except for that one. Uh, I didn't really have that much of a bad experience, but I could see it being bad,
Right.
especially if you spending much longer than what I spent in there. Uh, but just go get your test. Do your due diligence. I think the biggest thing is we all know our body. and
Right.
I think you said this too before, Blue, is that we all know our body. When we feel like something is off with our body, uh, no matter if you like, I think if Blue would catch it, he gonna do like I did. He ain't never been sick before. He gonna think it's probably something normal, and then it's gonna be something major. And I think that's where we go wrong at, is that
Yeah.
we spend so much time not being sick till we don't know the feeling. And that's what I didn't know. I
Mhm.
didn't know the feeling. That's my little story. Yes, I did feel like I was dying. No, I did not think about, I mean, the religious aspect of it. I didn't consider that. I pretty much thought of, and I guess this is my COVID story that's running 5 minutes and something long. so
Speak on it, man. Get it out.
it did me having it as bad as I did, because I couldn't breathe and I thought I could breathe and I fell and all that kind of stuff. But it gives you a new view on life. I'm
Right.
not gonna say like a new view, like as in the eye opening thing, but you know how to reposition yourself to make life better for yourself and others,
Right.
moving forward. So I mean, I know I didn't tell my guy Blue uh ahead of time like I should have, because I ain't speak to him that much. I don't know if I was ashamed or what the hell it was, or I just didn't,
How you
because some of the days
calling,
I still
texting
had
for him?
some of the after effects. I
Yeah.
don't know,
Yeah.
but
We
after
all
I
need
got
it.
out, I spent 3, 4 weeks, man, just really battling. Like, man, am I gonna start living life? And Blue know himself that I don't really be. I'm a real conservative dude, so I wasn't really living the best to my capability. I would
Mhm.
say.
We ain't gonna
Uh,
go into how you cope with it though. We ain't gonna go into how you cope with it because they
oh,
don't
we
need
ain't
to
gonna
know
go
your
into how I
business.
cope with it.
They
Okay.
don't need to know your business, man.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Well, I started coming out living a little better.
That's all they need to know. That's all they need to know, man.
Live
They
up
don't.
to your potential. That's what
There
we'll
you
say.
go.
I live.
There you
I think I'm starting to live up to my potential.
Yep,
Nice
yep.
cutoff.
Nah, they don't need to know your business, man. We gonna keep it 1,000. They don't need to know your business, man. Shit.
But that's my little story, man. Just it made me feel like I should start living up to my potential.
Right.
And yeah, I did. Did I ask you when you was gonna do society's coach? I might have
Yeah, you
did,
was
might
like,
have didn't.
man. And I was like, I don't know if you ready yet, but you did ask me. You did
Oh, I
ask me.
did good.
Yeah,
Good,
you did.
good, good, good.
But I ain't want the
But I'm
thing is I
happy to
ain't
be
want to do it
back.
without you neither. I ain't want to pull no Joe Button and just, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Just nah, I can't. This, you know what I'm saying? I gotta
I
put you
wouldn't
on
have
game.
known until Joe Budden episode, and I would have been like, man, that damn Blue, he Joe Budden me too. That motherfucker sneaky too.
Nah,
But
I wasn't
yeah,
gonna, wasn't gonna do it without you, bro. But
well, appreciate it.
I'm glad you
And
did it,
next
man.
time, I mean, hopefully it don't be a next time. This time I'm realizing that I didn't do a good job communicating, and I think that's what because I know a couple other people who had it, and they was like they didn't want to talk to nobody either, and I'm
Mhm.
not sure if that's the best approach to take.
Right.
I mean, I do know that when we down and out, we don't want people to see us down and out, but I'm not sure if not communicating is the best approach to take. Now I don't know what the right approach is, but I feel like maybe not so much for me. Maybe I could have tried harder to communicate a little bit more, because I
Right.
completely isolated myself. I know I
Nah, you
did.
did. You did, bro. I was like, damn, bro.
I know I did. Like weeks later, I know I did. But
I
when
was
I
like,
was going through it, I was just like, nah, I don't want to talk. Nah, I don't feel
I
good.
don't know if he is he alive? Is he dead? Ain't nobody hit me back. You know what I'm saying? Then we went through your wife. She was like, yeah, we had to whoop the whoop. I was like, damn, not my
Yeah.
dog, man. Yeah.
And
So
I don't, and I, like I said, like if you have any one of the symptoms, like I just one day, like after my third emergency room visit, and I was just like, fuck this shit, I'm done. You
hmm
know what I'm saying? I was like this pain, this getting stuck, not being able to move. Like I said, I could walk. It was just like my body was just like done.
right.
And I felt like I was done like maybe 2 or 3 times. And when I felt like I was done, I would just go to sleep and shit. And then
hmm
I'll wake up and I'll be like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? It's a new day, but then it would still be the same. And then, like I said, going to the emergency room, that's what I meant. The healthcare disparity. I shouldn't have had to go to the emergency room 3 fucking times.
Right. They should already. That should have been the first thing for them to kind of come at you.
Right. Right. But but I'm assuming it. What happens is when you get your first symptom, it may not devastate your body as bad. So some of the tools that they use may not catch it. Because what really brought me into the hospital was my low oxygen. My oxygen was around 80.
Right.
So and it's supposed to be 100.
I guess that would be the best time for them to, you know what I'm saying? Because we even talked about that shit when they was overcrowding the hospital due to,
COVID symptoms. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Like, nah. And I think that's why it became so crazy. Oh, we can't get admitted. It's like, because you should have stayed your ass home until you needed to be admitted. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't got enough beds.
But I don't think when that moment is. You know what I mean? But we do know that some people play the game. That's the big problem. That some people play the game. Right. You know, they looking for to be sick. They looking for to be hurt. They looking for to say that I had it. And I don't think that it's like a cheerleader concept to where you're going to get praise for having it, or you're going to get praise for pulling through, or you're not going to get none of that. Like, half of it is going to be like, he got sick. He may have passed away. Damn, he was young, or damn, he was old, or damn, they died from that COVID. You're not getting no praise. So why you running off as if you are getting praise? You know what I'm saying? But now if you don't know, then that's something different. Right. You feel what I'm saying? Like, whether or not, like one of the guys we worked with, I was like, I had allergies. He was like, man, your allergies should be gone by this time if you took something. Like, he knows himself. So if it was something similar to his allergies, he may be slow to react. I was slow to react because I'm not used to being sick. So I'm like, okay, this a bad cold. You know what I'm saying? Or I never had the flu. I never had pneumonia. I never had no sickness. You know what I'm saying? That would really give me a sign of what true fatigue felt like. Right. So for me, I feel like it's not a cheerleading sport. Only go if you know that your body got something wrong with it. Because I do know it's a lot of people who running off in that motherfucker who ain't got the shit. Right. So, well, but if you don't feel good, go. Let's do it.
I'm just saying, glad you back to health. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
Let's just apply. I'm gonna just apply that.
Well, thank you for being. Well, I ain't gonna say thank you for being scared for me, man. But
you know what I'm saying?
I appreciate every call that I got. I appreciate all that. But let's move forward.
Yeah. Because you gonna keep going if I was.
No. I was about done. I actually was like using that as because we discussed COVID from previous episodes about what we felt like it. I think now we got the one where you actually know somebody who went through it, and who I would quote unquote say finished the race. Right. So that's why I was saying some of that stuff for those who may have it or may experience it that may watch this video one day. Indeed. But we can move to Kwame.
My guy.
I wonder what Kwame would say about COVID.
I'm pretty sure it's a video floating around somewhere on YouTube.
With what he think.
Yeah, that motherfucker been talking some everything. Like you said, on the Kwame, man. Kwame Brown versus damn near everybody. It's what this happened about 2 weeks ago, and he just won't stop, man. He just
I think it may be longer than 2 weeks, but he became explosively known in the last 2 weeks.
Right.
So
yeah, I was just gonna explain to the people, let them know the whole thing started when Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson on their podcast, they was talking about the Marc Gasol trade that was pulled off that the Lakers did or whatever, and I think Steven Jackson said there was only one person involved in that 3-man trade.
Right.
And then Matt Barnes said something else, and even
he said something personal.
No, he didn't. What did he say personal?
He said something because Kwame didn't care about the basketball talk. I think because Steven Jackson?
Yeah.
Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes know him personally from playing with him. So,
Okay. But
so
they
that's
didn't say
what.
that. No, they called him a bust. But is that personal or is that just from a sport? You know what I'm saying? That's why I want to get into
I
this.
don't
So,
think some. I do remember. I mean, Kwame be talking so doggone much.
yeah,
Well, let's not say he be talking so much. He expresses
he's
so much
right. So much.
stuff.
Right. Mm-hmm.
To where you kind of miss what activated him. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I could have sworn one time he did say that they spoke on some about either his character or about him personally. So and
I
since
didn't.
they had new inside information on him, you know what I'm saying? I think he kind of felt like, hey, well, if you felt like that, you could have called me on the phone. You ain't had to get on
I didn't see that.
your podcast.
I mean,
I mean, you got to
I
go.
saw.
Like I said, you
I
got to
saw
go
what
through
Kwame
Indeed.
said. I saw
It
what
was one of
Kwame
the ones
said.
in his car.
No, I'm talking about because I watched the Stephen. You know what I'm saying? The podcast up in all the smoke. I watched that.
Yeah.
And from what I gathered, nothing was said. Now, maybe I missed it. I don't know, but nothing was said when Kwame Brown was brought up. All they said was it was one person involved in the trade and how he was a
Mm-hmm.
bust. Now Gilbert Arenas had said some stuff too, but that you know what I'm saying. A lot of this stuff is separate from what, like you said, will activate them. Steven Jackson and Becky with the good hair, as Kwame Brown would say, Matt Barnes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
My whole thing is because I'm watching all, you know what I'm saying, everybody who's responded to Kwame. Well, let's just get into is do you feel Kwame Brown has a right to go to personally go at people? The people
You
that he
talking
personally
about
like
when
Steven
they speak on
Jackson,
him?
right? Do you think he should go personal or should he stick to because like I said, I didn't hear nothing personal that they said. They called him a bust. That's still dealing with sports. And they talked about, you know what I'm saying, just how bad of a player he was. Now, should he take that as a personal diss and then come at everybody personally, or should he just stick to sports when
Uh,
when trying to defend himself? Not on the
all
social
right.
level. Hold
So
on, wait before we go forward. I ain't telling the motherfucker to shut up and dribble. No, he can talk all the shit he wants. I'm just talking about is does the energy match?
I don't. All right. So this is my thing. I watched a lot of them goddamn videos, man.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever they might have said or whatever they might have had dictated, I think they didn't know who they were fucking with. First off,
Mm-hmm.
right? They thought that they was fucking with some, like he said, some run of the mill motherfucker who had like lost his mind or some type of shit. And they actually got Kwame Brown. And you'll hear a lot of people speak on the fact that he's a well spoken, I mean, I'm gonna say i.e. black man.
Okay.
Like that motherfucker scream that black man shit. That black, what he call himself? A black man Geechee or some
Yeah.
shit. You woke up,
Mm-hmm.
you finna get mama's cooking,
That Geechee.
a
Yep.
mama seasoning.
Yep.
So like I feel like Steven Jackson them because Steven Jackson came back and was like, you know, my boy, I don't want that smoke. We really know each other. And I feel when I heard Steven Jackson say in his kind of like one of his responses was like, we really know each other. I felt like that's what Kwame Brown had. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Is whatever was said, we probably didn't know what was going on as the public, but Kwame knew
Okay.
what was going on.
So you think it was like an offline thing? Maybe they spoke and
Right,
okay.
right. Because
Okay.
Steven Jackson came in back on with his semi apology, was like, nigga, you know we ain't really fuck with you. I'm gonna keep it
Mm-hmm.
real 100. You used to beg and try to be with us. See,
Right.
all that was being said. And
Mm-hmm.
see, if you really on the inside, you would know some of those details, right? That we don't get to see as the outside
So
public. So we could look at it and say he used the word bust, right? They chose
mhm.
the word bust.
And he took
Matt
it personal.
Barnes chose to speak on it and add to it. So he
Mm-hmm.
like, oh shit, y'all niggas trying to team up on me. And he could have been salty from his
From
spot in the league.
career. Right, right. And
So
that's what I was about to get at. Do you think even because they might have been strictly talking, like even if it
they
was
could
like you
have.
said,
They
right,
could
right, hold on.
have.
If they let's say they were still speaking from a professional side of it, but like you said, I know you know what I'm saying, you know me in real life, and we done had I don't know. I ain't gonna say altercation, but we've discussed whether I'm a
Real
dummy or not.
dealings.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And then you say that, and I take it personal.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm just asking: is this the same
Is
thing?
he? But back to your question. Was he warranted? I think he was.
To go personal, like to talk about
To go
like
all the way.
how I always talk about Matt Barnes and the situation with shit, my Laker guy too, and
Derrick Rose.
Not Derrick Rose. I'm about to say damn Derrick Rose. We know who we talking
Jalen
about.
Rose.
No. That was something different. Either way, how Matt Barnes' old lady was messing with tell him my brain is straight gone. Either way, to go personal, because he started jabbing like personally. He brought up old buddies. Was it his son? It was somebody who passed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he started bringing up stuff like that. Do you think him going?
I don't think. I mean, if you talking about the dead, I mean, like, I don't personally agree with that. Like, I'm gonna change the subject a little bit, just a tad bit, but you're gonna bring me back anyway because that's what we do. You know, like speaking on the dead, like how the Chicago rappers do. I personally don't like that. You know what I mean? But in the forms of, because what they doing is they entertaining us, and whether they keeping it real or whether they get hurt or whether they let it get violent is on them. Like, it's not on us as the viewers to control what they doing.
Fisher, man, my bad. Yeah, I know, man. My brain ain't been working today, Kimber, man. My bad, dog.
Oh, Derek Fisher?
Derek Fisher, yeah.
Oh, okay. So
they finna kick me out of Laker Nation for that shit. Hey, don't kick me out of Laker Nation.
You ain't got none of their time today, man. You okay, dog.
It's still up there, man. I got Kobe and I got the hat. We good, man. We good.
Y'all Laker fans, something else with that purple and gold, bro. But for me, him speaking on the dead, I do think that's reaching. If he did speak on the dead, him giving them what he calls mama's kid cooking or mama's seasoning. I don't really see what's wrong with it. And actually, I think without him knowing, I don't think so as much now, because you know he'd have been spooled all the way up. But I think in the beginning, he was giving something real, right? I don't know how real it still is, but I think at one point he was giving something real.
I don't think what like.
No.
Let me backtrack. No, because based on what you said, real. Yeah, I think what he was getting, like you said, the personal jabs, all that was pent up.
That was real.
Yeah, that was real. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Was it warranted?
Was it warranted? Yeah, it might have been real, but they didn't come at you. You know what I'm saying? I could see if they first off came at you personally, but like you said, that word bust, you already know how the word bust make me feel. You know me. So to me, that's personal. Right. So it's both ways. I just wanted to say that to see. I wish I could do like some kind of poll or something to see how many people think that what he said warranted. Now, once after everything started going and the stuff that he started saying, he was 100% on on top
on a lot of points. Things. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I personally feel like Kwame Brown is a well articulate, not bought man yet. I guess if we had to describe him, was it warranted? I think anything was warranted, because you know, even when we discuss things with women and even male personal situations, it just come down to feelings.
Yeah, no, it is about.
It come down to feelings. Like if I feel like you hurt me, it don't. And I'm not saying, but one thing that Kwame say, I can withstand the heat.
Right.
Like y'all can come at me with everything, make me wrong, make me a liar. You know what I'm saying? Like I think Stephen A, when he went at Stephen A, they was like, I ain't listening to him. He cussing too much. And he came, he waited, stopped cussing on the whole video, but still gave him the business. But I kind of feel like some of that political or political correct shit that they be doing be kind of trying to you know, kind of like not make them have to justify themselves when dealing with certain people. Because at the end of the day, if you
who you talking about?
I think like Stephen A. Anybody that's on the public stage,
Mm-hmm.
they'll do that shit, and then you ain't. Then you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, well, he's being ignorant over there, or he's ain't doing nothing but cussing and hooping and hollering. He ain't talking about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Trying to downplay a motherfucker when if you know a motherfucker and that's how he talk, you gonna do whatever technically you could do to minimize his impact of his words.
You think
Pretty
Stephen A.
much.
know? You think Stephen A. know Kwame Brown?
Hell no, I don't think Stephen A.
Oh,
really know nobody in basketball.
nah, he knows some people in basketball, but I'm talking
No,
about.
well, he knows association. Like
Nah, I
I'm
think he
saying, he don't know. No, I'm talking about he don't know.
okay. You saying like no, like kick it with him.
No.
Okay. Because well, I'm just talking about on a professional level, like because
Well,
they
he know him
cooking
from
Stephen A.
interviewing.
I don't even think you know him that much.
Who you
That's
talking about? Dude, Stephen A. know Kwame Brown?
yeah. From like I don't think
No,
he might have done an
no.
interview with Kwame Brown. What maybe twice, 3 times if anything. Especially during he probably got interviewed for the
When he
trade.
got drafted.
He probably got interviewed during that trade. That Lakers, no, he got interviewed at the Wizards. I'm pretty sure they interviewed him about.
No, that's what I'm saying. When he got drafted, and
Right.
dealing with Jordan because he was Jordan's first pick.
Mm-hmm. Laker trade.
He probably got interviewed like that. He probably heard of Kwame Brown.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's kind of like asking if Skip Bayless knows Kwame Brown. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But that's what
like
I'm
they
saying.
probably know of their careers.
Those top
right.
Journal, if you want to call them journalists or
I don't feel like they know him.
Yeah.
I don't feel like they know him.
And I think
they know his name though.
Right. But I think that's why Stephen A. when he rebutted, he came back with straight stats.
Right.
And because he don't know Kwame Brown, the man.
There you go. But then at the end of the day, like I feel like this: the man played 10 seasons, made $65 million. It ain't no way. Jamarcus Russell is a bust. He didn't make his whole contract.
Right.
Okay. So those are busts to me. People who can't make their whole contract.
Okay. Is what we consider bust and what NBA players consider bust different?
They would have to. It would have to be.
Because
it would absolutely have to be.
How I look
right.
At it. We can't. Me as a regular guy, I can't call him a bust. Like you say, he played too long in the NBA to be a bust. Somebody wanted him. Somebody wanted him.
Right. Somebody wanted him around.
Right.
Carmelo almost got dropped. Was Carmelo a bust? No.
But as far
you know what I'm saying?
Right. But as far as an NBA player calling him a bust is,
I can see that.
Okay. Yeah.
Not upliving to the. I agree with Steven Jackson when he said you did not live up to your first round draft pick hype. That is agreeable. Like when Steven Jackson said that, I was like, well, shit, Kwame. If that was all that was said, he right. My nigga, you don't average, you know what I'm saying, 35 a night, 10 rebounds, 2 steals,
you don't even
3 blocks.
Double digit. Especially
you know what I'm saying?
But and that's what I kind of want to get into as far as him being a bust. Let's try to break this bust situation down. Like I said, I can't break it down from my professional basketball.
From elite level. From an elite standpoint, because only 1/3 of the people make it?
Probably not even that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. We'll stick to 1/3. I mean, it can't be.
Hell no, that's too much. That's too much. That's too much. That's too much.
Out of 3 high school players going to the
We're going to call it the dog coin epidemic. We're going to call it the dog coin. 3 years ago when dog coin, 0.0005%. You know what I'm saying? Make it.
But no. So if Steven Jackson and all these players is calling him a bust, if we start looking at what he did on the court, whether his averages, I know Stephen A. pulled up his bloopers, but at the same time, he could have pulled up some good plays that he did. You know what I'm saying? So, but I went through a time where Kwame Brown was on my team. I had one of the greatest players of all time score 81 points, and Kwame Brown scored 4. You see what I'm saying? It's when you see stuff like that. I remember him being on not the good side of ESPN when it comes to the top 10 plays, but the not so top 10 plays. I remember Kwame, you know what I'm saying? Like I remember all these things. I don't know if it was a smear campaign against him or what, but I remember these things. You see what I'm saying? So to me, if I'm putting apples to apples, like the center that I got on my team or the center that we might have had that we traded to get you or something like that, and I see him averaging at least 11, 12 points, and you coming out 2, 4, no rebounds, or you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, then yeah, I'm gonna call you a bust. You know what I'm saying? Just like I said, I'm comparing apples to apples because I'm looking at one pro athlete to another pro athlete, and then if I ain't even went down to like first round draft picks and stuff like that, because the crazy thing is, the more I start thinking about draft picks and first rounds, it's all about what that bad team needs, right? So if centers, if Jordan didn't need a center at the time, he probably wouldn't have got drafted first round. You see what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there. That's just how I'm just kind of looking at it though.
I mean, but the team always draft based off of needs,
Right.
right? Except for the instance of my team, Green Bay, right? So they always draft off of need. But I feel like the buzz conversation is he didn't make it to the Lakers on his first contract, right? He didn't go to the Lakers on his first contract.
I think it was. I think it was
his first. He would have to fulfill the rookie deal.
He got traded.
Well, I can't pull it up right now. He got traded on his rookie deal.
I want to say it was his rookie deal. He got traded.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Right now, we would have a similar story of Kwame Brown. Is Lonzo Ball a bust?
Why would we say he a bust?
He got traded on his rookie deal. He didn't. He's not doing
on his rookie deal.
He's not doing what he was stated supposed to be able to do when he first got in the league. So he's not living up to the hype, right?
That's hard to say. He didn't start. Remember? Did he? No, he didn't start.
Lonzo Ball did start.
No, he didn't.
I thought Lonzo did start.
No.
So you gonna draft a first round draft pick and not let him start?
Yeah, it happens all the time.
So now we have a whole bunch of first round picks that don't start, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of.
So Kwame Brown was drafted and he started, right?
Yeah.
So he better than them guys, right?
I don't know. I don't know if Kwame. Hold on. Let's look, because
let's go look that up.
Yeah, you about to say that. I don't know if Kwame started.
But however, Lonzo Ball and Kwame Brown both had the same thing happen to them. They got traded on their rookie deals. So we can state, or so we can assume, right? And you say it happens all the time, right?
Yeah.
My whole thing is this. Most of the time when players come into the league, if you come in the second round, third round, we only going to hear about who's good and who's great, right? We don't hear about a large portion of the roster.
Okay, right? Kwame Brown started 20 out of the 80 games he played for his rookie season. So he didn't start.
He didn't start, or was he hurt?
No, he wasn't a starter.
He wasn't a starter.
No.
What about Lonzo Ball?
Lonzo Ball. And Lonzo did make it out of not Lonzo. What's did make it out of his rookie deal.
Who, Kwame?
Yeah, he got traded at the end of that deal.
Okay, so first off, he didn't get traded before the end of his rookie deal.
And what are we looking for Lonzo?
Lonzo Ball. Was he a starter when he first got drafted? But however, to me, like I said, when I look at bust, I look at guys. I look at the dude that went to Portland, Greg Oden. Remember him?
That dude.
That dude is what?
I can't say it trash because he never played.
But he's a bust.
Yeah, he's a bust.
Because he never played.
Right. No,
he didn't last 10 seasons. First round, never was able to live up to his potential because he was hurt. Right?
Yeah, he was done.
He was hurt. I mean, just give it up. Being hurt makes you a bust as well. That don't make you sorry to a regular person. That just makes you a bust to the elite level. That's all. And that's okay. And it's probably 1,000 other players that have had the same thing. So to me, to be a bust means that you first come in and you really don't even get a chance to play basketball.
That's what you deem a bust.
That's to me, the only way you could bust is by not playing. If you continue to play longer than the average career, you can't be a bust because there's too many people who don't make it to the average career. That's why the average career is low.
But you talking in whose sense? In the sense of me and
I'm
you,
talking about in the sense of the sport.
Okay, but no, as a professor, like if
in professional basketball, there's an average of about how long you last as a career. Like when we look at football, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm not in that in tune to sports, right? But I like football. The average life expectancy for a running back is 6 to 8 seasons. That's when they try to get all their money in their third and fourth season, because 6 through 8 is either going to be their most productive or their most deadly for them. They have a short life expectancy, right? So if you lose, if you go 2 seasons and you done, you're a bust because you are way below the season average, the career average, right? So if you can exceed the career average, you're no longer a bust because you've managed to make it over that hump, right? And it's not like it's not stiff competition because the competition comes every draft season. You can be replaced every draft season, if not during the season, right? So for you to be able to last over the average, you can't be a bust. To me, you see what I'm saying?
That's how you're doing it.
But in essence of play, you won't be an elite player. But there's only a few elite players when you sit down and discuss basketball, right?
Okay.
It's not going to everybody. Most players in the NBA are role players. But we don't like to discuss that.
Let me ask you this. What?
Yeah.
Because I see where you're going, but I don't necessarily agree with it because we're talking about the number 1 draft pick. You know what I'm saying for that year. So if I come in and I'm the last pick. Right. Isn't the first picks and the last pick, aren't they judged differently?
They are judged differently.
Right. So that average, I don't know how it works with the first. I guess we need to know what the first round draft pick average life expectancy is in the NBA. To me, that will break it down better than just the life expectancy of an average NBA player. Because like I said, don't forget, a lot of what's averaged in is the lower tier who might just show up for a season or who might get drafted and never even play. That, you know what I'm saying? That plays a big role into that average number. So I want to see the average.
But see, the thing about it is, but to see the thing about it is that Kwame Brown is beyond all those statistics, right? He's just a sorry player. He's not a bust. He's just a sorry player.
Right.
You know what I mean? So him being a bust is like, that's somebody who just talking shit to me. Right. Okay. You just bluntly talking shit because I can guarantee you every motherfucking practice season when you bring up all your rookies and when you bring back some of your veterans and when you bring in some of the players who get traded in, they don't make the cut. Right? They don't make the cut. Right. Kwame did that shit for 10 seasons.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what he was goddamn averaging. He made the cut 10 seasons.
Right.
Straight. He ain't take no 5-year break and then come back. He made it 10 seasons straight. So who the hell was busting him for 10 seasons straight? He wasn't.
No,
he wasn't.
I'm not disagreeing with you. Like I said.
And then to put that to test, like, yeah, Steven Jackson, you had an above average career. Yeah, Matt Barnes, you had above average career. But who else was on your motherfucking team that made y'all above average? Because y'all niggas couldn't have did it by yourselves. Y'all niggas wouldn't even have names by yourselves.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. He played with everybody Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes played with.
Huh?
He played with everybody Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes played with.
Who, Kwame?
Yeah. He was teammate to both of them.
Well, he was teammates to both of them, but that don't mean the whole time. And at different points in time.
I'm just saying, for the most part, he's played with everybody.
Well, we know Steven Jackson wasn't at the Wizards for his rookie season, as a rookie.
No.
So that means Kwame would have to move somewhere, right? To either where Matt Barnes or Steven Jackson would be.
I could be wrong, but he might have been over there.
He wasn't at the Wizards though. Steven Jackson was at San Antonio.
During that time? Shit. Let me see. Honestly, I can't. I don't even remember when Steven Jackson left San Antonio. I know he went to.
He went from San Antonio to Houston, didn't it?
He went to Oakland. Now he played for a lot of people.
But pretty much, when you come down, I don't think when you know somebody personally, right? We're gonna get back to Kwame Brown versus Everybody. When you know somebody personally, and then you have an opportunity where you can handle that behind closed doors, we're seeing a lot of people say, "Hey, man, don't get on IG Live, don't get out in front of the public, and say nothing about me. Call me on the phone, and we can handle this behind closed doors." So I feel like once y'all decide to go public, he's allowed to go public with whatever the fuck he want to say, because y'all decided not to handle it behind closed doors. So when you bring it to the public can get all of it. Or you can have somebody say, "I'm gonna be the bigger man. I ain't gonna worry about that shit. That's just the motherfuckers talking over there, and I don't care whether they live or die anyway."
That's what I was gonna ask you. How would you, if you was in Steven Jackson or in Matt Barnes and you doing a podcast and it came up about Kwame Brown, you done played with him, you know him, but you also know him, you consider him a bust. Would you say something like, it was only one person involved in that trade, or that he was a bust? You know what I'm saying? What would you do as not only as a teammate, but as somebody who also has to put content out?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I would have probably did what they did in the beginning. And it's not about the content. It's because I already had that feeling.
Right, but no, I'm just saying.
That's how like if I was them, I naturally felt
good content.
I naturally felt like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I had, that's like saying I went out to the court that day that the three of us went out to the court. Like, I know I don't know how to play basketball, but then if you came back and you was like, "Man, that motherfucker Black Adam, sorry, fuck on the basketball court," I'm like, "Hold on, bro. Hold on, bro. I'm gonna look at you and I'm gonna be like, oh, for real?" Then it's no longer basketball. Right? Because
why is it no longer basketball?
Because when you came back and you because like I just said, prior to that, I already said I couldn't play.
Who am I talking to?
You come back into the group and then you talk out to the group. Like, it could be a group of peers, it could be a group of anybody. You can even go on your IG Live and be like, "Man, I saw the sorriest motherfucker I ever saw in my whole life. Right. You know, shoot ball today." You know what I mean? You bringing that to the public. So quite naturally, I got two choices to make. Either I can let you goddamn run me through the mud and never say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Which, because I don't know the whole public, right? Or I can step up and I can say something. I can defend myself. Right. And I can choose to defend myself by walking up to you personally and us having a discussion like men, or I can go public and have the discussion. But bring in the public. So as if I'm talking to the public in my discussion. That's who my feedback is, the public.
Would you go personal?
I probably would.
You'll go personal. "Man, that motherfucker Blue, what's he talking about, man? You seen that motherfucker?" I'm like, "Damn, dog, all I said was you couldn't play ball, man."
Nah, but you did more than that because of how you handled the situation. You know what I'm saying?
"Man, you could have told me that." I'm like, "But you already know what."
Yeah, but I did know. But you had to tell everybody else that didn't know. For all of those that you know, I'm out there with my Jordans and my Jordan wristband and my Jordan headband and all that on. They didn't know.
But okay, us taking it there to the people who did know, and I guess that was a good segue, because Steven Jackson was just talking to the people who already knew.
That's who he thought he was talking to.
No, because who else was he talking to who didn't know?
He was talking to the public, baby. He was talking to the public. They didn't know.
They
didn't know who the hell Kwame Brown was.
They was like, "Oh, I heard that name." Every time they hear Kwame Brown, it's probably brought up with either Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant. So they know Kwame Brown, dog.
Hold on, Kobe Bryant was talking bad about him too?
That's neither here nor there, dog. Kobe Bryant talked about everybody on that team.
He did.
He did. And I mean,
was Matt Barnes on the team at the time?
Not at that time. No.
Was Steven Jackson on the team at the time?
Steven Jackson never played for the Lakers.
Okay, see, look how you see how you quick you cut it out, Steve Jackson. You didn't even have to go look that up. Anything else about Steven Jackson, you like let me look it up. But
Let me
you
see.
say that motherfucker played for the Lakers, nah, let,
Let me
let me see. Like, nah, my boy, nah. So we already know Kobe and Michael Jordan are hard on players. So if they say you sorry, that don't necessarily mean you
Right, no,
sorry.
right. No, no,
That
you're
just
not.
mean that you're not good enough to
You're
be
not good enough
around
to
them.
be around me. This look.
That's it. That's
Who
it.
said you
And
could come to the throne room? That's what they said. Who
that's
the
it.
fuck?
You got you. Hey, look, even Shaq almost didn't make it over there to the throne room.
Yeah. Who
Okay,
said you
and
could
we
come
know
to the
Shaq is
throne
one of
room?
the greats.
That's right. Yeah, man.
So, but for Kwame Brown, I think like now this motherfucker, like, I think people are liking the way that he talk. They
Uh-huh.
liking the way that he carry himself. They liking the way he doing what he doing. He got a big voice. He got a very big personality. I
Mm.
think he's somebody that may be around for a little while. He kind of like that undiscovered talent.
Well, that's what I hope he turn this around and do something. You know what I'm saying? This could be kind of this
More positive.
more right,
Not saying this ain't positive, but
um
more positive.
because like you said, strong voice, you know what I'm saying? People stopping to listen to him, but are they listening to him just because they ready for to hear him say some shit about Matt Barnes, Steven Jackson, Stephen A,
No,
all these other people, or
no, I don't
what?
think so.
You know what I'm saying? Will he keep that audience when he's talking about the good things that he do with the, the helping the kids up at Brunswick and stuff like that? Um, I'm gonna listen.
I truly do believe. I mean, and this is part of hope,
Mm-hmm.
right? This is the type of black brother that uh that you got to watch out for,
What you mean?
right? And what I mean by you got to watch out for him, because he can either go left or
Mm-hmm.
he can go right. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
man, he might
And
totally pull that. Never mind. Keep going, man. Keep going.
go ahead, go ahead. I was
No,
gonna let you say it.
no, go ahead.
So he can go totally left or go totally right with this, because it's kind of hard. Like, even for us on society's culture, we're trying to determine, what's a good direction for him. You know what I'm saying? And what people are really listening for. And you'll
Right.
get caught up in what content you really need to make,
Mm-hmm.
right? So right now he's making content, I think, for how black men handle each other,
Okay.
which is one thing, excuse me, that I think is being viewed. I think his thoughts on what a man is, his thoughts on being a hard worker,
Mm-hmm.
uh his thoughts on, just because I might have made all this money, don't mean that I don't go out here and work hard, I don't do stuff, or I don't have a name, I'm just a nobody. Like, no, I might be a nobody nationally, but I'm still out here doing successful things, doing positive things. I'm
Right.
still a hard worker myself. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And I didn't play basketball, but I can imagine the amount of pain that is being applied to a body, and for him to get out and do what he doing with whoever the hell he doing it with. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know who he helped, what farm he doing, but I know that motherfucker got a tractor, and a tractor work in the sun.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's somewhere I don't even like to be. But he
Nah,
he he be driving out there to his tractor.
you don't
He
even
ain't, he
like
ain't
the
just
morning
looking
time.
at it,
Sun
huh?
coming up. You be like, what the fuck the sun doing up, man? I
Oh Lord, it's the real sun this time.
ain't.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, he's giving a positive image that even after basketball, I still went to work. Even
Right.
after making these millions, I still go to work.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all not and I'm gonna be a man about this. Because I'm gonna go into the part about what he said to Jamel Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'm not saying whether he was right or wrong, because I'm gonna take the political standpoint, but him saying that grown men are talking. This ain't got nothing to do with you.
Mm-hmm.
That used to actually be a thing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that ain't no disrespect to women, right? It's just
Mm-hmm.
that me and him talking.
Right.
Me and me and you talking.
Mm-hmm.
Me and you having a disagreement. As long as it ain't about to come to blows and we ain't about to pull and pistol out and shoot
Mm-hmm.
each other, which is what sometimes, we are demonstrated to say it, we do a lot of in public. You know what I'm saying? Long as we ain't doing that, we can argue,
Mm-hmm.
we can talk, and we don't need no interruptions. Because the only people that can get to the bottom of this is me and the person that's having the discussion,
Discussion. Right.
right? Either one of us gonna be like, man, you know what, dog? I ain't even think about it like that. Or man, you know what? Due to Jamel Hill telling me that I was wrong, I need to know I'm gonna be wrong. You're gonna be looking at me like, what, nigga?
Mm.
So I don't need to talk to you no more. I need to go talk to Jamel Hill to get
Hill.
all our problems solved.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that could work, but I doubt it.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this: what do you think about him calling them Uncle Toms and show ponies and shit like that? Tap
For Steven
dancing for the.
Jackson, I don't see him being a show pony too much.
Mm.
I mean, but at the end of the day, once you get big, once you take on sponsorships, once you take on private people investing in you,
Mm.
that could be in the ramifications for any and everybody.
Okay.
So whether he's right or wrong, we don't know, but we do know that the customer is always correct.
Hell no. I don't know who told us that shit. Sometimes these colors get their ass whooped. Fuck that.
Hey, but look,
That way, right?
look what you said. Sometime,
Yeah, but you said
but
always.
majority of the time.
You said always.
Okay, I did say always.
You
Majority of the time,
there you
the
go.
customer is right. So if I'm the dude that's buying for y'all to act this type of way, guess what I need y'all to do?
Mm.
I need y'all to act this type of way. So yeah, you can be a show pony. Yeah, you could be bought. Yeah, you could look like an Uncle Tom. And some of your people may say so, but guess what? I paid you to be like that. And you took the money. You didn't ask no questions.
Do you think that's what they are? You think they Uncle Toms and you know what I'm saying, tap dancing and doing all this stuff?
The way that Kwame Brown put it, I say, yeah. He played him. He played him with his wordplay, bro.
How so?
He told him kind of like when you watched Perkins. Paul Pierce.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
When you watch Paul Pierce smoke a little weed, it was legal. Mm-hmm. He had chicks around. They fired him.
Right.
What was really wrong with that?
Yeah,
it wasn't befitting. It wasn't befitting. It wasn't befitting of the image.
Right, and that's what I was gonna say. I don't know what Disney got in they. We know how Disney operates.
Right. So, but Disney it didn't fit the image, right? Right. And just like you saying, we don't know what's behind them closed doors or what's being closed in those contracts. Mm. Well, let's say that Steven Jackson and them are under them same contracts. Kwame Brown played it to a situation where y'all not y'all own men no more. Y'all are bought. That's how you get into the show pony, because I bought you.
But that's what I'm saying. You think they bought?
They are bought. I mean, shit, they on the contract by somebody. They go on national televised TV. They bought.
Okay.
I mean, shit, ain't they getting paid?
All right. I said, how you putting it? Yeah, I guess if you want to put it that way.
Shit. I mean, me and you could be bought.
Well, using that logic, everybody bought.
Duh. Everybody. So that's why I said he played them with words. See.
So that means Kwame bought.
Kwame ain't bought yet.
Why not?
He ain't bought yet because he don't work for nobody.
We don't know who he worked for.
He don't work for nobody.
The way you put it just said if you get paid. I don't know who he worked for. It could be the little track.
He tells you, all right, so pretty much all we going off of is what Kwame and the other side are saying. Kwame don't work for nobody. Kwame tell you right now, I go to my own land, I use my own motherfucking tractor, I cut my own shit, I sold my own shit, I live the way. Now Kwame Brown was once bought for the $65 million. Okay. But see, he's saying that he free now. He free. Do what the fuck he want to do, talk how he want to talk.
Free now. He should be free, $65 million.
But he got that over 10 seasons though.
Like
as a bust. So I think I need to bust.
Nah, you got to be elite in some place before you can become a bust. Remember that.
Well, shit, Kwame Brown was a high school draft pick.
Yeah, that's what I said. You got to be.
You know what? I missed my shot. I missed my shot already. My bad.
Elite at some level to become. It's nothing wrong being it because that means you made it to the height of whatever level that you was playing at. Yeah. And then that next level was hard on you. You know what I'm saying? But I don't consider Kwame a bust. Like you said, 10 years. I consider him sorry.
Consider him sorry.
He didn't meet expectations, but yeah, I agree. Bust is you didn't make it out your first contract. And I can't say the trade because sometimes I don't need you. You see what I'm saying?
No
Yeah, I might
more.
have drafted you and I didn't need you no more. So I can trade you during your first contract. That don't make you a bust. But if you don't make it, if I trade you and that other team say, man,
we release him.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Or like you said, the Greg Oden style, all you know what I'm saying? A lot of these players who get injured, and yeah, I know it might not,
Or who just don't absolutely perform.
right? Yeah, you a bust. You a
You're a
bust.
bust.
You a bust, and it's some bust with some rings.
Yeah, for sure.
It's some bust with some
I
rings.
guarantee you right now, we going into it. If the Lakers win or if Utah win, I guarantee you, there's at least 2 players on that goddamn roster.
Oh, yeah.
Don't nobody know the name to. Don't know that motherfucker scored 1 point. You know what I'm saying? In 2 games.
Yeah.
Got it. Maybe got a steal. Play 12 minutes, if 12.
No, 12
I'm gonna say play 5 minutes.
There you go.
He might play 5 minutes. He just gave a superstar rest.
And that might be
didn't do shit. And he's not a bust because he's doing his job. Right? The problem with Kwame was somebody else assumed what his job should be.
He wasn't doing his job, man.
Well, a lot of people hired him for 10 seasons, so he did something.
I'm just telling you, he didn't do it. I don't look, man. I don't know if it was the shortage of the big man back in the day or what, but you know what? Let me not say. I'm gonna just talk from my standpoint. From my standpoint, Kwame shouldn't have made it past as far as he did. He shouldn't have. From what I view and what I see. You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't have made it. He did something in practice or in the hallways or being good with teammates that made him become, like you said, still become a piece. Because I don't care, number 1 man to the 15th man, you still a part of that team and you still there for something. I don't care if I'm just using you in practice or, you know what I'm saying, if I just have you to go get the donuts for the team, you still are a part of that machine. You see what I'm saying? So for 10 years, whether he was the donut man or whether he was the guy who was just supposed to set the pick and run back down the court, like you said, they wanted him for 10 years. Every team might have saw that he was the best donut getting big in the league.
That's what I want. I need Kwame. Trade him over here now.
So, I don't know, man. I
don't know either. But I mean, I don't think, like I said, once you bring it to the public, it's public. Everything is public. Yeah, before we and I know this will make it a little long one because Kwame Brown was talking to Judge Joe Brown. You know what I'm saying? He brought up Joe Brown.
Joe Brown is a trip though, but I didn't watch none of the Joe Brown joints.
Oh, you didn't watch it? Oh,
nah, but go ahead.
Well, you know, he discussed.
Joe Brown.
Well, he said that I'm just gonna put out the 3 things that stuck out to me, and it's probably much more, but it was like the 3 big headlines. One, that Camilla Harris fucked her way to the top. You know, they blurred out fuck, but she fucked her way to the top.
That's what Joe Brown said.
That's what Joe Brown said.
Okay.
Then he said Lizzo and Cardi B was.
I did read something about that.
Lizzo was showing her body, which was inappropriate for children, and then Cardi B, with the way that she sings, what songs she write about should be kept private or whatever. So, this kind of like having the talk about WAP and then the other talk about body shaming. With Lizzo.
We did.
And then Camilla Harris. I kind of feel like at this point, I had to apologize to my cousin because at first I was like, he making some good points. But then I'm like, man, come on, bro. Like, you pick out 3 black women, though, to target. Right. You don't pick out no white women? I mean, not even to say white women to the degree, but you don't pick out no other races? Why are we always coming public and then bashing each other? And this is an affluent black male that's targeting black women.
Right. That's why we
like this part of the shitty end of the stick.
Right. What
like that's absolutely and you know what? And you know what? Kwame Brown. Why did you let him say all that?
Say that.
Why you let him say all that?
Right.
Because I know it's some black women in your family that's overweight. I know it's some black women in your family that may not talk the best.
Right.
I know it's some black women who got success who y'all may not feel is warranted. But Kwame, now that should be my question to Kwame. Why did you let him do that?
Right, because a lot of people don't think your success is warranted.
Right.
Yeah. Nah, I went in because like I said, I didn't listen to the stuff that he was saying with Joe Brown, but I do know Joe Brown because he gets on with Boyce Watkins a lot, and you know what I'm saying, and the way that they talk, they have a lot of good stuff, but it's so rooted. And it's so rooted in like
Old school.
yeah,
Old school. It's the
old
Old Testament.
yeah, yeah. That's exactly what it's rooted in, and it's like it's you know what I'm saying. I hate to say like it's 2021. We do have to keep up with the times. You know what I'm saying? There is there a dysfunction between black and black women, black men? Yes. You know what I'm saying?
But why make that riff worse though?
No,
Because
but
that's what
that's
I
what I was
feel
gonna
like
say.
he did.
No need to open to keep, you know what I'm saying, digging at that wound. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, making it worse. You damn near just went. I just you know what I'm saying, somebody trying to sew up the wound. You going in with the razor cutting the goddamn stitches. You know what I'm saying? Before it's
Clean
healed.
open, bro, and pouring salt at the same
Before it's
time.
dead. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know why with the way Kwame talks, you know what I'm saying, why he would, but Kwame is old, is rooted in old, you know what I'm saying? Being from
He is.
Brunswick and that type, I'm pretty sure the men in his life, not saying that they bad men, but they are probably of an older generation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's probably why he does the farming. He probably might even came up that way. You know what I'm saying? Doing the farming and stuff like that. Because think about it, $65 million, and he's back in Brunswick. But he ain't back in Brunswick on no whole shit. He back in Brunswick just being himself.
Right.
Most young people wouldn't go back to Brunswick. You know what I'm saying? They might. I could see maybe a Jacksonville or a Savannah with Brunswick being in the middle. That way he can get to where he got to go. But Brunswick, you know what I'm saying? Sneeze and you miss type city, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That means that he went back because, for one thing, he know he could be the man in his city. You know what I'm saying? And I think like I said, the male figures in his life are older, are probably a generation removed from his mama or his daddy. You know what I'm saying?
But all right, let me ask you. I'll ask you this: when the little that you heard from Kwame, do you feel like uh the way that he carries himself and the way that he speak and the way that he handle certain situations, do you feel like that old school style is what's necessary?
Like some of that stuff work. On some respect shit, man to man. I think a lot of the old school stuff work. You know what I'm saying? Just if you trying to, because most of the men I know who either they garner respect when they enter the room, or you just gonna respect them when they talk. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't gonna necessarily disrespect you, but they gonna, you know what I'm saying, they'll check you about some shit. I do think we as men don't understand when we're just being checked. Hey, this ain't cool, or the way you did business. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. We got to start looking at each other like, you know what, man, my bad. I shouldn't have, you know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have been over the top that way. Or maybe you're right. I should have came to you offline to talk to you about some shit. And we don't do that enough. You know what I'm saying? Because we always take it as straight up disrespect. And sometimes it's not disrespect. It's just let me slow you down a bit because you're doing too much right now. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
I think Kwame Brown came into that way like, y'all need to slow down on me because I'm, you know what I'm saying? And Kwame probably he probably looked out on his land or whatever he doing out there in Brunswick, like, nigga, I'm a king. You know what I'm saying? You talking, when you address me, you need to address me as my title befits. I'm a king out here. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so you're not finna just bring me up like I'm some kind of buster. I played 10 years. I played with all y'all. You know what I'm saying? No, I wasn't the best, but I had a motherfucking $65 million career. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people
Hmm.
don't even get up to 2, up to 3. I
A
played 10
lot of
years.
people still at 250,000. What the league
Right.
minimum is?
Whatever the league
500K.
minimum. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? G League status. I came straight out of high school. Can you say that, Matt Barnes? Can you say that, Steven Jackson? I think Steven Jackson did come out straight out of high school. Never mind. But you know what I'm saying? Like, can y'all can the accolades? No, I wasn't a scorer. No, I ain't rebound. Yeah, my hands seem like they was. You know, let me, because I'm about to talk bad about this man. But I'm a king.
You just about to talk like Kobe talk. That's all
Yeah,
you
you
try
know,
to do. You don't do nothing but try to imitate Kobe. You not
I'm a
Kobe, dog.
king. I'm not Kobe, dog. Kobe is. I gotta be. Look, man. He was like, I'm a king. You not finna sit here and just and talk to me like that. You know what I'm saying?
You
And
only a king until Kobe come around.
or MJ.
I am Jay.
But nah,
Shit.
like and I think it's certain respect, you know what I'm saying? Like Kwame Brown he wasn't hurting nobody. He wasn't doing, you know what I'm saying? He was off doing this shit. And the platform that Steven Jackson, Matt Barnes have, not only do they have their own podcast, but then they get on the biggest sports network in the world, ESPN, and you know what I'm saying, might say some stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna check you. And if I feel that it's personal, I'm gonna check you with you know what I'm saying, some personal shit. Now, I wouldn't have talked bad. I think he said something about the dude's dead somebody or something. I wouldn't have went that way. You know what I'm saying?
I
But
think
if
he
I
might have crossed the line, but I didn't
yeah,
hear that.
if 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 I know some personal basketball shit about you, oh yeah, I'm coming at you, you know what I'm saying? Straight off the gate. I'm ripping. So, but that Joe Brown shit, that's just
I'm
how he
telling
is, man. And I don't want to say he's sexist, but he is of that generation of I'm going to work, you stay here, tend to the kids, and if I feel if you give me an idea and I feel like we gonna do, like, you know what I'm saying, I want to do it and I want to involve you into it, then that's what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm head for real. You know what I'm saying?
you.
Like
Ain't no two-headed
ain't
monsters
no
over
two. I,
here, dog.
I'm head. It's Joe Brown probably like it's Jesus, me, and it's y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody else.
Everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Fend for
So
yourselves.
yeah, and not saying that, like I said, that might have worked for his generation. That might have worked for his time period. But I don't, you know, some of the being progressive is about looking, you know what I'm saying? To me, being what progressive is to me is taking a look in the mirror, taking accountability and saying, all right, some of this shit we gotta change. That's what being
I mean,
progressive.
but that's quite natural. What how I consider being progressive is.
Mm,
I think they're more on the old school of thought, but I mean, economically speaking,
mm,
it's hard to be the sole person. The
right.
sole person with all ideas, the sole
Mm,
purpose person who make all the decisions. If it was so easily accomplished, we wouldn't have businesses.
yeah.
That's what I think.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't you wouldn't have businesses. I mean, you got a CEO, but why do you need 12 motherfuckers under you?
No, you're right. Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Cuz I need all these different thoughts.
yeah.
And when you look at things from that viewpoint, one, two is always better than one,
Then
but
one.
you just gotta have the right two. And I
Right.
think early on, so many people were so undereducated to one person who had the majority of the education had to lead. That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
But that don't mean we gotta keep on with the keep on. If you and your support, so your significant other is highly educated, why you doing it by yourself again?
Right.
You got free advice, bro. We can look online right now. I guarantee you, somebody charging for advice.
Yeah.
Advice,
I
not
do it all the time.
not even educational knowledge.
Yeah, just
Advice.
advice. Yeah.
So you know that's how I look at that. I feel like Joe Brown kind of jumped the gun, but at first I was like, he got some good points. But then I kind of felt like once he
But
just
that's what.
he just over jumped. Like he'll
That's
make
what
you
I'm saying. What older person, Joe Brown probably pushes 70, right?
Mhm.
60, 70 years old. What 60, 70-year-old man won't have some of the best points and then just fuck it up? Like
Yeah.
that, you know what I'm saying? Because majority that's what they do, because this is the way this is going. That's that old man on the lawn syndrome. Get the fuck out my yard, kids. You know what I'm saying? We used to have a dude stayed across the street, man. We used to play ball. Now we ain't out here selling drugs, we ain't gang banging, we ain't, you know what I'm saying? We just playing basketball. We might go sell drugs or gang bang after the game over, but right now, ain't nobody getting hurt. We playing ball. So we had to go out in my front yard, but every now and then the ball might roll over into his yard. So what he started doing was he started turning the sprinklers on to make the concrete wet. so we couldn't play ball. And he would purposely point the goddamn sprinklers into the road. You know what I'm saying? To me,
God damn.
yeah, that's crazy, right? But to me, that's the situation. Now, that dude, he could have had been gamed up. If I needed some, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never really go speak on him like that because it was like, damn, fuck that nigga, man. But let's just say he did take me under his wing. I guarantee he would have been able to drop me with some dope ass knowledge. But at the same
Yeah.
time, I see him do that fuck shit, and it's like, what the fuck? If he was a mentor to me, and then I see him do that,
He not no
everything
more.
right, it'll be turned off. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at Joe Brown. Like, I'm pretty sure it's a lot of game he could spit and put Kwame on, but like you said, jumping the gun, you are out of touch with this time period. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
But
You just gotta adapt to the coming times, man.
yeah, pay attention, read the room, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Everything. I know we all got opinions, but sometimes your shit ain't meant to be just spoken out. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes some shit is just meant to keep it to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Everything ain't got to be said. It's cool to be silent sometimes. Stuff like that, man. And that goes when talking this Kwame Brown, Matt Barnes, Steven Jackson, all these, even on both sides, like saying for them to say, oh man, there was only one person involved in that trade. They didn't have to say that. They could have kept it like straight up professional. Yep, Kwame Brown got traded to you know what I'm saying, to the Lakers. Mark Gasol got traded to Memphis, blase blah, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. But they didn't have to even bring up his career in that situation.
Because they ain't bring up that other guy.
Right.
Didn't
So,
even discuss him.
wasn't no need for that other than to make him the butt of a joke. You know what I'm saying? And
that's it.
And that's why Kwame Brown came with his mama seasoning.
Mama seasoning.
You know what I'm saying? The Geechee came up out of it. But okay. To wrap it up, I guess I kind of already asked you this, but do you see Kwame going forward from this and continuing this in a more professional manner, or him?
I mean, right now, I'm gonna personally say he probably can. I hate that he picked Joe Brown.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's gonna have to make up for that one. You know what I'm saying? But they might not even care. They might go take the approach of just being realist and we for the strong black man image.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, black men for some, I'm not gonna say for some reason, but black men are looking for attention right now, whether we know it or not. Right? Everybody out here in these streets getting attention. The black man wants some attention too. Now, Kwame Brown may be one of the ones that spear that on. I hope. Shit, just choosing Joe Brown, I kind of like, God damn.
I'm gonna tell you, he about to end up on Vlad. I guarantee you, gonna have a Vlad.
I mean, Vlad seemed like he did. I don't even want him to go that direction though. Like, I hope he don't go to Vlad.
I'm
to
gonna
be
tell
honest
you,
with you.
This is how I look at Kwame Brown. I know you talking about he was saying people is bought, but I'm gonna tell you this: it's people probably courting him right now to say, "Hey man, I'm gonna give you this podcast. Here go this." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Here go a bag. Here go this. So, and like you said, is this now after it's week 2, week 3? Is this now just him putting on more to set up, like I said, a podcast situation or a radio show situation? You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I feel like, because now I'm like, that's why I said the part early on, like, is it still real?
Right.
Because what you said, I mean, you kind of already ran that part dry. You and caught Charlemagne, you and caught Steven Jackson, you and caught Jamel Hill.
Oh, yeah.
You
now, I forgot about Charlemagne. Do you think that should have been came out?
Kwame Brown had, well, from what I've seen on that part, Kwame Brown had help with that.
Mm-hmm.
That somebody called and was like, Charlemagne spoke on Kwame. First off, let's once again, you speaking on him and on from your high horse, and you thinking the small guy can't get no fire.
Right.
And there's people out here, like you said, out here maybe courting Kwame Brown, and they courted him and they gave him a little game, a little knowledge. And he took that shit and he threw that shit out there on their head. Threw that shit out there like it was gasoline and set a match on it. And goddamn, it stuck.
Right.
You know what I mean? And now Charlemagne it came out with his apology, like a man should do,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because if you knew that you was in the fucking wrong, you knew you ain't had no business fucking around over there. You apologize to them folks. So was he warranted? I don't think that he should have went. Maybe not went that far. But what he was demonstrating was, once again, when you up under, when you have the appearance of being up under slave master, right?
Mm-hmm.
Slave master will look out for you.
Right.
And he made it seem as slave master looked out for Charlemagne, and Charlemagne was a bought man.
Mm.
That's how he used the whole scenario to show that people can be bought.
So is that gonna be his stick? Because to me,
Is that going to be his stick? No.
yeah,
What's going to
because
be his stick is that he's presenting strong black male image,
right.
right? He always talk about the alpha and the beta male, them beta males over there.
Mm.
So he got that. You also have, I'm gonna bring up the other guy, Kevin Samuels, right?
Mm.
That's out here giving women advice about high dollar man. So
Right.
to me, Kwame Brown could move as a Donald Trump,
The black Donald Trump.
the black Donald Trump. I'm gonna say that he can move like that, say, do a whole lot. He
Mm.
doesn't have the complete money to change enough people's lives, so he's gonna be moved in small bits and pieces.
He the new
But
Kanye.
he can't be Kanye. Kanye got too much money.
Well, no, that ain't what I mean. Not on the money side, but like just talk. You know how Kanye? What we got like 2 years, 3 years worth of Kanye rants and him popping up
Him
on the
ranting.
internet. Yeah, doing stuff like that, calling out people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I could say Kanye because Kanye was in the midst of some of that shit he was saying. He was
Right,
dropping mad jewels.
right.
So yeah, I would say like Kanye, but I would also say like Donald Trump too. Very controversial. Uh, some of the things that usually are said behind closed doors, he'll say out in the open. Uh,
Mm.
just from like the male voice or the male diaspora uh, of how we communicate.
Right.
I do believe like he'll give that perspective.
Okay. Okay.
Not saying that I like it. I'm just saying
Mm.
that that's the lane he can rock in.
Right.
He'll be the Robin to Kevin Samuels Batman.
Batman. I got you. I see
Uh,
that though. I could see,
huh?
like I said, I see him going on like a little tour. I see him hitting Vlad. I could see him hitting what's that no jumper dude. I could see him getting on Kevin
Adam
Samuels.
22.
Yeah, Adam 22.
I mean, I don't even I see, and I feel like if you go to Vlad and you go to Adam 22, you bought again.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. I could see him doing that
And I really don't want to see him doing that.
because
Because
in
why you going to the white folks when you just talked about Matt Barnes, Steven Jackson being over there to the white
I'm
folks?
trying to tell you, don't be surprised when you see his Vlad. Don't be surprised when you see his no jumper interview. Don't be
I think
surprised.
that'll be the end of him.
It might be, but don't be
He need to
surprised.
go on Joe Budden though. He can go on Joe Budden.
I
He can
don't
go
know.
on the Joe Budden network.
I don't know if he can go on Joe because Jordan called this man a bum too many times. And when they talk, because they talk basketball and Kwame Brown, they ain't get brought up. That's the thing, and that's why I said Kwame Brown know that they talk about him because he was such a spot. You know what I'm saying? He was number one draft pick, but he was a spotlight number one draft pick. He played with Michael Jordan and Kobe, so it was always on him. No matter where he went, the camera was on him. You know what I'm saying? And I think
Ah,
that's probably why it hurt him so much because he probably was always hearing. He was hearing that, year one, year
24/7.
two. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? What you playing with Mike? What you doing this? You ain't, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and then to have that Kobe Bryant 81 game, I know everybody, because I know Smush Parker even talk about that 81 point game and what it really what it meant to the players who were already catching hell. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit was bad on somebody like a Smush Parker or a Kwame Brown. I know that shit had to be bad. He done scored 2/3, actually more than 2/3 of the points. You scored 2, Kwame Brown scored 4, and Kobe got the rest. That's crazy. That'll make you look bad.
Make you look bad. That ain't It's an absurdity. It's not supposed to be like that. I mean, it's only supposed to be like that if they already stated that you don't supposed to get no points. We want you to play defense and block.
Right.
Don't worry about getting the ball to score no points.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't even do that. You get the ball, you pass it. You know what I'm saying? If you hold the ball for less than a second, type shit. So,
I just think about that PTSD. A lot of people don't want to address playing with behemoths of
players
like that, and just their personality. You know what I'm saying?
Kawhi spoke on it. Kawhi Leonard spoke on it. I don't want to play with LeBron. You had a bunch of people come out and say, I don't want to play with LeBron.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, what? You don't want to play with LeBron? Hey, that's that mega machine over there. They used to call it the machine.
Yeah.
Before he went to the Lakers and he was trying to recruit players, they was like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go be part of the machine. Because that's what these guys have. Right. They got the machine with them.
Yep.
So, good luck to Kwame Brown. I hope I don't see him on Vlad and Adam 22, but it may not be nothing left to do with. I mean, after he reemerged into the fame, hopefully he use it for something positive to keep doing up all the stuff he doing.
Yeah, but I think he'll get his own podcast. That's what I'm saying. I think he'll get his podcast, and it could be through like Barstool Sports, which is where Gilly, where Gilly them is at. Are they still over at Barstool? Yeah, I think they're still over at Barstool.
I think they're still at Barstool.
Maybe going through Spotify or what I'm saying, one of these places that need content. Why would not get Kwame Brown? He hot right now. Maybe I can turn him. You know what I'm saying? He unpolished. Maybe I could polish him up. You know what I'm saying? And
give him a 6-month deal.
Right. Give him something. You know what I'm saying? Maybe.
And it's up to Kwame whether he take it or not. Yeah, he can stay on Instagram killing it.
He could. He 100% could. I'm just, like I said, I just be looking at stuff like that because a lot of the times when they say don't throw stones at a glass house, we do that. We do the same shit that we just said. Like I said, a Steven Jackson or Matt Barnes, the Stephen A. And then once somebody shows us the bag, we you know what I'm saying, we run right on over there.
That's it.
Because
sometimes every bag ain't a good bag.
No, every bag ain't a good bag. Nope.
And we hear that, but we never hear about the only person we ever heard about turning the bag down was Dave Chappelle. And we was all looking left and right confused.
Yeah. What?
And then we tried to call the man crazy.
Yep.
But he said, man, they trying to make me wear dresses.
Mm-hmm.
You take your bag for wearing dresses.
That's not what it was.
No, that was part of it, and they was trying to take creative control of it.
No, he said he hated. This is because you can go to the interview. He said it was he said it got to the point to where he didn't know if they was laughing with him or at him. And he didn't like that a lot of his jokes that were black centric, or they didn't like that he can come on there and just do anything, no matter how disrespectful it was, especially if it was aimed at, at the behest or at the jest of the black community.
Blacks.
Right. He said he can go in there and drop a joke and they'll be like, yeah, Dave, that's a good one. When are we going to do the sketch? He said he did that. He said that season, they filmed a lot of that season. You know what I'm saying? He said they filmed a lot of it. He said it got to a point to where he just didn't like doing that shit no more, especially for them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why he turned that shit down.
I also thought he had brought up the fact of, them putting all the black comedians in dress, trying to put all the black comedians in dresses and shit.
He done wore a dress before.
Oh, see? Maybe he didn't want to wear that hoe no more. And that's what he spoke on.
Maybe not, but yeah, he done wore a dress before.
Damn.
Him, Chris Rock. I mean,
everybody.
I understand that argument, but my thing is, if you're a comedian and you're doing it for comedy reasons, then you do it for comedy reasons. I myself don't like when if that's all you can do, then hell fuck no. Don't wear no dress because you trash. But I just like, I see a lot of those Instagram comedians and the reason they getting a laugh is because they acting like a girl the whole time. Nigga, you not a comedian. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nothing that you can do by yourself funny without that dress. If you can't do nothing funny without that dress, then fuck no. You know what I'm saying? But
hell no.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? But if Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, or whatever, if one of their skits is, or like Martin, or you know what I'm saying, they built a character, who is funny, and they put the, you know what I'm saying, they got to put on female attire for this character. Can't nobody play Shanae but fucking Martin. I'm not going to get an actor to play Shanae because I'm, you know what I'm saying, I'm Shanae. I'm Shanae,
I
you know
am
what I'm saying?
Shanae.
Or
Yeah.
or how not Chris Rock, Jamie
Eddie
Foxx
Murphy.
played Wanda. Even Eddie, you know what I'm saying, playing these characters. Like, yeah, it seems like black men are always in a dress. I get it. But another thing too is, just like Tyler Perry, we are raised by women. Black men are raised, you know what I'm saying? A lot of black men are raised by women. So they just either emulating the cousin, the auntie, the
The
sister,
mama.
or the mama that raised them. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because most of the girls help raise the boys. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's how I look at it. I get mad at Tyler Perry because sometimes it's like, nigga, all right, nigga. You know what
Too
I'm saying?
much.
Too much. You know what I'm saying? When you gonna act? When are you gonna be a dude? When one of your characters an actual guy character? Let me see you do some guy stuff. If you know what I'm saying, gonna be a actor or whatever like that. But nah, that wasn't necessary.
Shit, I was just watching a movie the other day with Tyler. Nah, I ain't gonna get off on that shit.
Was it the one with Angelina Jolie?
Yeah, Into the Fire or
Yeah,
whatever.
he showed up for
He was
5
in that
seconds.
motherfucker. Showed up cameo.
Yeah, cameo for 5 seconds. I was like, oh, I was like, he gonna be the bad guy? Hell no, that nigga showed up
Hell
for
nah.
5 seconds. Cause he can only act. Now, if he would have had a dress on, he'd have been that bit the whole movie.
Hell nah, don't do that bad
Nah,
like
shout
that.
out to Tyler Perry, man. I ain't gonna do it like that, man. I do be having my motherfucker. I be like, man, this nigga, all the money, you got all the money, and you give me that low budget shit. Come on, Tyler. I be like, Tyler, I understand some of your TV shit can be on a lower tier, you know what I'm saying? But this movie shit too, you dropping like, it seemed like I put some of these motherfucking movies together. You know what I'm saying? With the budget I got, my $500 budget. I'll be like, man, come on, Tyler, you gotta do better than that.
Script. Get that script.
Do better than that shit. But nah, you know what I'm saying? Tyler Perry, when talking about people like that, they still brothers who out here doing good, doing positive stuff. Kwame Brown is, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, he a king in Brunswick. He out there doing king shit over there in Brunswick. Treat, you know, give that man the respect that he's garnered. Anybody, all my black people out here doing positive shit, man. Don't anybody talking down on your station in life, fuck them. That's how I feel.
I agree.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
This society's culture.
Yep. This is society's culture. I am Bluminati. That is Black Adam, man. We out.
We
man.
We went a little over, goddamn. Oh, I ain't even asked you how your weekend going.
Man, I ain't even. Is this the weekend? Because it seems like this shit is still Friday to me. Like, ain't
dog? I'm ready to change shifts again. I mean, I know that ain't got nothing to do with society's culture, but I'm ready to change.
We talk about that offline, man.
All right, man. I know. I was just like, damn. I'm ready to be back on my whole shit.
We talk about that shit on the other side.
I know. That's why I was like, shit. This shit ain't even for this shit.
But yeah, man, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification
comment. Hey, and some of y'all, man, y'all need to get back on here. I know we got to do better by scheduling so we can, let y'all know when we coming, so y'all can comment more, man. But thank y'all for all the comments that we got today.
Yeah, I sent it out though, so they should have seen it.
And I resent it out some too. Yeah. I'm gonna start. We gonna get better at that. We gonna get the bag that that pushing the promotion.
Yeah. Bag, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, society's culture, man. We out, man. We appreciate y'all.
All right, peace.
Yep.